$2.5 million for 8 gold, 24 karat gold skateboards. That is what Azuki did in an auction in sales. 2.5 million USD. And they say the NFT market is dead. I don't think so. Welcome to Goats in the Metaverse, my friends. Joined by my pristine colleague, Yossi. How the heck are you?
I am good, man. I am good. $2.5 million for some skateboards, 8 of them. I watched the auction the whole weekend while it was going on, and pretty crazy seeing the ETH bids coming in and people trying to take that claim and spot. And like you said, there's a bull market happening somewhere all the time. And it was in Azuki's world last weekend, this weekend. Pretty crazy. A reminder, what was it? It was 9 golden skateboards, 8 of which they auctioned, using some new technology that they built called the physical backed token, a way to link a physical item with an NFT, and the movement of the physical item moves the NFT. And this was their showcasing of it. Think about it. It's similar to what you would have in the CryptoPunk world, where you maybe have 8 alien punks. This is their equivalent of an alien punk, a skateboard. Azuki people call themselves skaters of Web3. And this was a very clever way to bring in their brand. One is being held. I'm not sure where the one is being held for, but still $2.5 million. That's a big number. Should we see how that has impacted the market at all, if at all?
Let's see it. I mean, Ethereum is still the same price. It's been living on that $1,300 mark, $1,335. Sol's up. Ape is up. Ape was at, I believe, $4 last week. So 50% increase is about a 50-cent increase is about a 10% increase. So that's good news for the ape world. And let's see what the NFTs are doing. What are NFTs doing today? A lot of red, except your friends at Azuki, almost at 11.5 ETH. And I think we talked about this last week when we did the show. And if you haven't seen that show, make sure you've seen it, where we do talk about the technology that Azuki has introduced. I mean, Doodles, Clone X, VFriends, Moonbirds. I mean, in that tier, right? In that top tier of projects, they are definitely making a statement, and selling out $2.5 million clearly makes that statement. And I'm going to ask you this question, my friend, because I know you're a big Azuki fan. Now, the technology is super clever. The gold skateboard is super clever. Do you think that, I think Dingaling was the winner? What he spent 309 Ethereum, and I don't know how many he holds, but I'm going to assume he holds a lot of.
He holds a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a play for him to say, this is, Azuki, a little bit of a pump, right? He's pumping his own bags by saying, I'm willing to spend 300 Ethereum on this golden skateboard. He probably doesn't really need to get golden skateboard. Can you agree on that? Can we, are these guys manipulating and moving markets?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the bids looked pretty organic from what I was looking at. It's a good question. We're seeing Spirit DAOs, Azuki selling for between 100 and 150 ETH. There's a lot more of them than there are of these skateboards. We weren't bidding. We weren't in the runnings. I was not putting down any bids at 300 ETH. I wasn't putting down any bids at 80 ETH. So maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't understand why the novelty, what is going to happen here, and what's to come for the skateboard holders into the future. A lot of people are saying in the bull market, when the market turns, these are going to be the coveted prizes of the Azuki collection. These are going to be the ones that sell for over $1 million each. And that's obviously the trade that people are making. They're thinking these are going to be the iconic pieces from the Azuki collection. We'll have to wait to be seen, but still pretty interesting. The move that I've seen from Azuki each time, and it's a playbook that I think they're developing, when they come out with a big release, when they came out with Azuki, they came out with a new standard that they open sourced for lower cost gas minting prices when they brought Azukis out originally, and that got a lot of talk and attention. They did the same here. They came out with physical backed token, the new standard for backing physical tokens, and then brought out their collection. Pretty clever to say we're moving the bar, we're moving the industry forward from a technical standpoint, and then they bring that into their collection. So interesting to see. Still, also interesting to see that a lot of people giving some shade to Azuki, saying, how can you spend $2.5 million on a skateboard when your founder is a rug puller? And many people saying, let's move on from life over here. Many people launch projects to try and figure things out. Azuki's a real brand. It's here to stay, and it's going to be the skaters of the metaverse. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Dingaling definitely flexing his Azuki collection. What I really like about how they've done it is you have a profile now that you can put your main avatar, and you see all the badges you've collected, everything that you hold, and you can almost create like a MySpace page for your Azuki, a much cooler MySpace page than the original MySpace. And we're seeing the big bidders being showcased by doing that. And this is how you build a community. This is how you build culture, and this is how you build a brand. And I got to give the Azuki team props. They're doing it right.
No, they are, and that's an expensive MySpace page, but yeah, they're doing it right. I guess my question was more of like, and you answered it, like, if I'm holding 100 Azukis, does it make financial sense for me to go buy that skateboard one? Because now my net worth is going up, right? The delta on that 300 Ethereum actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But listen, in other exciting news, which I thought was probably one of the most interesting things to happen, Reddit making some big headways. And I think the most interesting thing that was announced this weekend or this week, they have more active wallets than OpenSea. And most of the Reddit community, Reddit wasn't selling NFTs, they were selling digital collectibles. They announced it back in July, and they started selling these, digital collectibles between 10 and $100. And there's 2.5 digital wallets that are currently available on the platform. What does that mean for the native Web3 world? Does this mean there's gonna be a whole Reddit culture of trading and building projects? What does that mean to you, Yasi?
It's a good question. So 2.5 million active wallets have been created on the Reddit platform. A reminder, they created 40,000 digital collectibles trading for between 10 and $100. And OpenSea has about 360,000 active traders on the platform. I don't know how many wallets there have been created through OpenSea, but 360,000 active traders. So what does it mean? Well, it means OpenSea is getting challenged from every direction. Reddit can now launch a marketplace for them to be able to sell NFTs beyond their own collection, or they can introduce more from that point of view. We had Blur, the new NFT platform launching that was for high-end traders that's supposed to be much faster. And I executed a few trades on it, and it definitely is much faster than working on OpenSea. They came out with a new platform to be able to do the kind of like pro trading of NFTs. So now you have Reddit with the potential launching on platform. You got Blur, you got Magic Eden coming out with a whole bunch of announcements. The NFT marketplace economy is getting more and more competitive, and we're going to see almost every brand launching their own NFT collection and own NFT marketplace. We saw it with Starbucks, one of the biggest brands in the world, announcing their digital collectibles. Reddit has their own. It's only a matter of time where every brand is going to launch it their own, have some kind of loyalty platform attached to it, and some kind of novelty behind their own marketplace. And we even saw Warner Bros. Coming out with what their marketplace is going to be, and we can go into details of that. So what does it mean? I think we are going to see more and more of this moving forward.
Yeah, and I guess the interesting thing to me is like, I know Bored Ape and Yuga has a council. Like, it's almost like we need some sort of council in the Web3 space, some sort of governing body that's going to come out and say, hey guys, like unionize it, right? Let's all work together. We have all these different platforms. Starbucks has their reward program, Reddit, like, I don't even know if the Reddit community knows they're buying NFTs, right? They might be saying NFTs are stupid, but they might own some sort of digital collectible. Is there a way to kind of bring all these forces together so they could all kind of function on the same brain wavelength, and work together and build this Web3 space, right? I think that we have the whole culture of GM, and we're inclusive, right? And now we're in a bear market. There's definitely a little bit more
little tension.
There's a little tension, a little controversy, but I think that happens in any market.
Yeah.
There's always going to be people talking shit, and I get it. People on Twitter need content, and but how do we bring this whole thing together, right? How do we kind of have all these players come together and say, hey, we're all trying to achieve the same thing. We're trying to get more and more people into the space. We're trying to educate people about the technology and what the future looks like. Is there a perfect world that exists?
Does sound very kumbaya, and it may exist, but I think whether it does or it doesn't, the outcome happens organically. You have people creating these wallets for Reddit, and they're creating a wallet. Their first time they're interacting with now a digital wallet that's sitting on the Polygon platform that sits on top of Ethereum. We are seeing the technology rolling out the way it should. People creating digital wallets are going to get more accustomed with this idea of a digital asset, digital ownership, digital collectibles, and they're building it on top of these open source protocols. And that's how Web3 wins. That's how it happens. It wins when people don't even know that it exists. It wins when it just becomes part and parcel of how these things are rolled out. And people aren't talking about NFTs. They're talking about this digital collectible. They're talking about this thing that they own that they can send to anyone in the world. They can trade it on any marketplace that they want to trade it on, and they can choose which currency they want to accept to be able to do that with. Then we know Web3 has won, and these brands are part of that solution, even if they're doing it for their own biased or their own kind of personal gain reason.
Boom! You heard it here first. We are on our way. Patience is virtue, my friends. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know I did it. I learned a lot, as always. Remember, our goal is simple. We just want to provide as much value to you guys as possible. Hopefully make a few dollars along the way. Hashtag not financial advice. Do your own research. Hit that subscribe button. Remember to tune in this coming Wednesday, where we have a special guest. Zeneca will be joining the show to talk all things NFTs. If you have any questions,
hit us some comments. What do you want us to ask Zeneca on Wednesday?
What color underwear are you wearing, Zeneca? Is that a question we should be asking on our show?
Maybe.
You have to tune in to find out. Hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you guys soon.